Hey, it's Patrick here. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, we are talking about how to escape the 9-to-5 job. Now, before I begin, I want to say that the 9-to-5 job, I'm not telling everybody to quit their jobs and everybody to, just do whatever else. There are a lot of 9-to-5 jobs out there for people that can be very fulfilling and, they can be very happy working those jobs. But if you're not happy working your 9-to-5 job, or you're not happy working 9-to-5 jobs in general, then this video is for you, definitely. A couple years ago, I was working at a full-time sales job. This is actually my first job. I was 19 years old. I got this job at AT&T, full-time sales representative, basically. And I worked in the store, I was there all day. My schedule was basically like 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. or 12 to 9 or whatever, usually 11 to 8 or 12 to 9. So around there. So it's pretty much the whole entire middle of the day if you think about it. And it was just a pretty bad schedule. 40 hours a week. I was in school full-time at the time, which I stopped doing for other reasons, and that's a whole nother video I'll talk about later. But I was just basically at this job, and after a few months, I wasn't happy. When going into it, it seemed like a great opportunity. I'm a young kid. I love technology, working with phones and all these things, and I have a huge technology tree on my technology tree tattoo on my arm. So I'm really passionate about technology, and it seemed like a great opportunity for me. It was a pretty decent entry-level job for me. And I was excited going into it, but after a few months, I realized it just really was not the right fit for me. Being a sales job, of course, all it is just, all they cared about was if you're selling things to people. I was genuinely helping people every day. People coming in with tech problems, I had a lot of older people coming in, with issues on their phones, and I would troubleshoot them, and I would just help people all day, help them with their bills, help them with lowering their bills, help them with figuring out problems on their bills, help them calling customer service, and like all these things. I would genuinely help people every single day. And I had a ton of returning customers that would come specifically to see me. They didn't want to work with anyone else, and they always wanted to see me. And even I would actually get a lot of sales that way, because I would come in and someone comes in and I would help them with a little silly problem that a lot of my other coworkers would just turn them away. And I would have that same person come back and buy something from me. So I thought that was cool, and I enjoyed helping people, but I wasn't, a ruthless salesman, because that's all they cared about. If you're selling a bunch of TVs, if you're selling insurance, if you're selling this and this and this and this and iPads and tablets and all this stuff, they didn't care about if you're genuinely helping people. Like they said they did, but it's at the end of the day, that's all it is. If you're hitting the numbers, you get praised for hitting the numbers. Even if you're just being a douchebag salesman, super, super pushy, slamming things, getting a bunch of returns because people aren't happy and you're just not helpful. I've seen it a million times. It's so funny to me because the people that do that get praised, but the people that genuinely help people, like I was genuinely trying to help people, I would get written up and stuff. I would get written up for not hitting goals or not selling TV and all these things. So it just was not the place for me. And, maybe you work in sales, maybe you work in whatever else it is, but, when you know that you're not in the right place, you know it. And it's tough. It's tough because, it's tough to change and tough to take a huge leap and, quit that job and find something else. And it's hard, especially with, financial burdens and things like that. Like you have to pay your rent. You have to, if you might have a family, you might have kids, you obviously got to put the food on the table. You got to support people, and you just got to do what you got to do. Exactly. So how do you escape that 9-to-5 job? Well, it's all about replacing the income and figuring out what you're really passionate about and what you really love. Because I've done videos on Uber Eats, Grubhub, eBay. There's a bunch of different ways to make money nowadays. Through the internet, through whatever else it is. There's a whole bunch of ways to make money nowadays. And, it's about making money, efficient with time, and also things that you enjoy. You might hate the whole process of eBay. You don't have to do eBay. Or you might hate driving Grubhub or Uber Eats. Don't have to do that. Just find things that you can do on the side to generate income, because obviously you're not going to just quit that job right away. You might have enough money in the bank to do that, and it's a little risky. It's always risky, but you got to take that risk. If you really want to leave, you got to take that risk. I'll tell you, I was scared to quit. I was scared to give up that income because I didn't have enough income to replace it right away. At the time, I was just driving Uber Eats a little bit. That was when I was just starting on Uber Eats. And I was like, okay, I'm at least generating a little bit of income. My lease on my apartment was coming to an end. I made the arrangements to move back home into my garage, which I have lived in now for a while. Just focusing on reducing my expenses as much as I can. I'm actually selling my new car soon, going back to my old car, paying off my phone, paying off all these things to reduce my expenses as much as I can, which I think is a huge important factor on doing this whole thing, escaping the 9-to-5 job. Reduce your expenses as much as you can to make it much easier for yourself. Because that's a way to instantly make more money, is by cutting down your expenses. Cut down the things you don't need every single month that you're paying for. If you have a 9-to-5 job and you have that income, you're gonna get used to that income, so you're gonna have a lot more expenses. So cut those expenses down. There's a lot of stuff that you don't need that you're paying for every month. So basically, that's all you gotta do is figure out how to replace your income. Like I said, Uber Eats, Grubhub, you got DoorDash, you got Uber and Lyft, like driving passengers. I haven't ever driven passengers, I just deliver food, but you could do that too. There's Instacart, you can go grocery shopping for people. There's like a billion different ways to make money nowadays. If you have passions and if you have skills especially, look towards that. If you have, for example, if you have a lot of experience with music, go become a private music teacher. You can make money doing that. If you enjoy yoga or, fitness, go become a personal trainer or a yoga teacher or anything like that. There's a million things you can do based on your passions. If you're working in a cubicle 40 hours a week and you hate it, but maybe you love, like I said, rock climbing or something like that, then go becoming a climbing instructor. There's a million different things you can do. You gotta pursue your passions and pursue things that you enjoy. Like I said, with the internet, there's a million ways to make money. You could do long-term projects, and it's all about passion, like I said. That's why I make these videos for this YouTube channel, is because I'm passionate about sharing valuable information with people, and I genuinely care about helping people. Like I said, I was in a place in life where I wasn't happy, and I was so lost and so stressed every day. I was like, what am I gonna do with school? What am I gonna do with my job? What am I gonna do with my life? And I was so stressed every day, and it was terrible. And I feel like through personal growth and through, just all this stuff I've been doing, I'm finally starting to realize all these things, and realize what's right for me and realize what I'm supposed to do. And I've learned all these things. So that's why I'm sharing them with you guys, to genuinely help you in life. But back to this subject. Escape that 9-to-5 job. Replace your income, reduce your expenses as much as you can, and replace your income with things that you enjoy doing. It might not seem like the dream job, driving Grubhub and Uber Eats, but I love it for the freedom, because that is the number one thing. I am completely free on Grubhub and Uber Eats and eBay and everything else that I'm doing. I don't like being a little tiny employee in the 9-to-5 job. The freedom of Uber Eats and Grubhub, I can just drive around all day, playing music super loud. I could just be having snacks in the car. I can bring my girlfriend with me. I can bring people with me if I'm driving. There's no rules really, other than picking up the food, getting to the customer, in a professional manner. That's all it is, and efficiently, that's all it is. So it's very easy, and you can easily make some good money. Like I said, those other videos are in the description if you want to look at those. But just replace your income with things that you enjoy, and I think it's very easy to find things like that. It might seem hard at first, but make a list of your passions, make a list of your hobbies, and then figure out some possible sources of income you can generate through those. Like I said, whatever it is, whether it's yoga or rock climbing or basketball or whatever it is, you can teach people, you can coach people, you can make videos, you can do all kinds of different things, or find part-time jobs. I'm considering finding a part-time job right now, based on my passions. I haven't worked a job at all in over a year, doing Uber Eats and all these other things. But like I said, I'm really focusing on just increasing my income and generating these businesses. But I am currently looking into some part-time situations for maybe like teaching music or things like that. But that's all it is. Just once you can really escape that 9-to-5 job, you're gonna feel so free and you're gonna feel so happy. And that's why I'm sharing this video with you, because I'll tell you, the day I quit my job and the day I finally left, my last day, it felt like so much weight was lifted off my shoulders. I felt so free and so happy, and that lasted for weeks. It was just this feeling of pure freedom, and I was like, wow. And even now, sometimes I forget, and sometimes I take it for granted, the fact that I'm free and I have all this freedom and to generate my own income through these different businesses and all these things. I gotta remind myself every now and then that this is amazing. And I really, really do enjoy it. So that's all for now, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Got plenty more coming soon. Anything else of value I can share with you, I'm going to share it. Have a great day. Peace out.